Welcome back to Cooking with AJ. Today we're making bacon carbonara for, what was it?
Kathy.
Kathy with a C, so I don't know how to make this. So it's pretty easy. As you can see, there's only 6 ingredients, including the spaghetti. 8 ounces spaghetti. This is 9 strips of just regular bacon. 3/4 cup of parmesan grated, some parsley, garlic, 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. And the process is pretty simple. You're gonna start off by, am I too close? By cooking, browning the bacon. It'll be kind of a low heat because you don't want the bacon to burn. You want to render the fat, and then you're gonna save some of the fat for the actual sauce. The sauce is consisting of the eggs. You're gonna mix the eggs with that, the fat from the bacon that's rendered, and then some of the pasta water. The the starch from the pasta water is gonna mix in with the rest of the ingredients to make the sauce. Actually, it's really creamy, but you gotta do it off the heat. That's the most important part about doing this. Is you gotta cook the sauce off the heat, because otherwise, if you have it on the heat, the the eggs are gonna scramble, and it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be like clumpy. And I actually did that on accident the first time. I tried a bunch of different recipes. This is the one that I like the most, as far as like the egg to cheese ratio. If you want it to be creamier, you just have to add more egg yolks. You can actually do just all egg yolks. I would say do 4 egg yolks and no egg whites if you want to be richer, not creamy, richer. But other than that, the rest should be pretty much. This is enough for 4 people, 4 normal people, maybe 2 Samoans. If you need to cook for more people, you can just double the recipe. So like it's 8 ounces of uncooked pasta, 8 strips of regular bacon, 3/4 cups of grated parmesan, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 2 whole eggs, and 1 egg yolk. So I'm going to start by starting the pasta, because I want the pasta to be done about the same time as the bacon. So you're gonna salt maybe 1 punch. You want the pasta to be a little salty, not too salty, because there's a lot of salt in the bacon and the cheese. So I had it pre-boiling because I don't want to wait for it to boil. That'd be boring to watch, and it's easier to edit the video. So it's already pretty much boiling. Most normal pastas come with a pound, but we used half for something else. This is the other half. It's 8 ounces. 2 ounces per serving. So once it's cooked, you get enough for 4 people. Well, that's what you're supposed to eat. According to the box. You see that? 2 ounces is 20 calories. So, how's it feel? Okay. Put it in there. And normally when you're making pastas, you want to cook it al dente, because you want it to have a little bite, because most pastas you're gonna finish cooking it in the sauce itself. If you're making spaghetti, like regular spaghetti, you finish the pasta in the sauce. But this, because you're cooking the pasta off the heat, you know, it's not gonna be on the stovetop, because like I said, you don't want to curdle the eggs. You actually want to cook the pasta all the way through. So it's a little different. So whatever the cooking time for your pasta is, I would add like another minute. So when you're doing your bacon, you don't want it to burn, but you want the fat to render. You're not really making it like you would make for your breakfast bacon. So you kind of cook it medium low to low heat to get the fat to render out. You're gonna drain out a lot of it, but you want to save, I would say, at least a tablespoon of the fat. And then you're actually gonna, like I said, when it's done, you're gonna take it all off the heat and then put the pasta directly into the pan. Well, you're gonna drain some of the oil off. So put the pasta directly to the pan off the heat, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So we gotta wait for this to cook. So what I'm gonna do is start the sauce. So, like I said, 2 eggs, 1 egg yolk. Beat those. Oh, another ingredient I forgot to talk about was black pepper. A lot of fresh ground black pepper. It's like one of the signature flavors about this. So eggs, nice and beaten, nothing fancy. 3/4 cups of grated parm. You can use pecorino too if you want, but I actually like this better. Some people do half and half, but we're Parmesan people in this family. I just have the extra over here for afterwards to put on top of the finished pasta. But nothing fancy. Fuck you. Mix it in. Check my pasta pretty soon. That's for Daddy. So I grab the black pepper. I have to turn up the heat on the bacon. So a lot of times you're supposed to add a lot of black pepper. But my daughters, I mean, they don't mind black pepper, but they don't love it. So I'm just gonna put just enough to get a decent amount of the black pepper flavor. I'm not gonna put as much as most people would. Then what I'm gonna do when I'm done is just add, just so I can get more heat, add some more to my own bowl. But when I'm cooking it, I'm gonna cook it to their taste because they're a lot more picky than I am when my thick ass wife is. Okay, so bacon slowly getting there. I'm actually gonna turn up the heat. I'm starting to render, but I want it to go a little faster than that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna check the pasta. Not even close. So when the pasta is almost done cooking, I'm going to take out some of the pasta water because you want the starch from the water for your sauce. The starch in the water, like I said, combined with the fat from the bacon and the egg and cheese mix is what's going to make the sauce. And then I'm going to drain it because it looks like this is going to be done before that. I want it to be done about the same time, but it's not that big of a deal. So you want to cook it till it's mostly rendered out, but like I said, you're not going to cook it all the way like you would with bacon. And once it gets about halfway, I'm going to add in my tablespoon of garlic. So since now we gotta wait, I gotta fill up time with talking. But yeah, I don't know what to talk about. But yeah, a bunch of people was asking how to make this, so I figured that this would be the next one. Because as you can see, it's not that much ingredients. It's pretty quick, not as quick as the other recipe. What we did last time. Forget already.
Dunbury.
Danburi.
Yeah, Danburi.
Yeah, it's not as fast as that, but I mean, it is pretty quick. This is a good weeknight meal because there's not much prep, man. You chop your bacon, chop your garlic, chop your parsley. Some people put onions in it. I haven't tried that yet, but it looks pretty good.
The onions might be good.
Yeah, the onions would have been nice.
Ooh, look at that bacon, yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to render a lot more. Turn up even more. Maybe it's taking a while because there's a lot of bacon. Another thing about this dish is you don't want to do what I did and take it to work for my lunch and then warm up in the microwave.
That was funny.
It tasted good, but it was, I don't know, it's something about the way the sauce is made. It warmed up and it was just a block of pasta. If you do want to warm this up, what you can do is put your serving into a pan the next day. You cannot microwave it. That'd be out of the question. Well, I haven't found a way anyway. Put a little bit of water in your pan and do the single serving and bring it up slowly, like on a low. And then that little bit of water is going to loosen up the sauce. The sauce thickens up quite a bit, like the longer you let it sit. This is better to eat that night. It's not really meant for leftovers. It's not like regular spaghetti meat sauce, where it tastes better the next day.
Yeah. I agree.
Fucking hungry, man.
It smells good, just the bacon already.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I
Yeah.
wasn't really hungry, and you start smelling bacon. Oh, yeah.
Something about that bacon.
Fucking bacon. So you want to know a trick of how to test the pasta? Fucking taste it. Don't throw it against the wall, you weirdos.
Make a
A lot of
mess.
people throw it against the wall. You see that shit?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Should be ready. Yeah.
It's actually just before al dente, so it needs another maybe 2 minutes. I didn't really read the package. Honestly, I hardly do when I'm cooking. Maybe I should. That's why I can't bake. Because you gotta follow too many directions. I cook by feel, man. I cook by taste, I cook by feel. I can look at stuff or I can taste stuff and I know what to add when it's done. I don't need a recipe book. It's just for suckers. Well, if you need a recipe, I'm gonna put it in the link. Okay, so the bacon's getting close, so I'm actually gonna drain a lot of this fat out. That's way too much fat. If you put, I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to. I don't know how the sausage would turn out. I think it'd be overpowering.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna drain out a lot of this. I'm just gonna render some more and I'm gonna keep it. Like I said, only about maybe a tablespoon. Oh man. Oh, that'd be delicious. Just rub that all over your face. Ooh, smoky. My pasta again. Alright, my pasta should be. So like I said, I want to reserve some of my pasta. Water, not the pasta, the water. I'll put about a cup. I'm probably not going to use all of it, but I'd rather have too much because sometimes the sauce tends to get thick. And the way to thin out your sauce is to add some pasta water. And on the flip side, it's about a cup. If your sauce is a little too thin, if you want it to thicken up, you can just add some more cheese. You want it to be creamy, you don't want it to be clumpy. I'm actually going to use this later for the actual sauce, the rag. Like I said, then cook the sauce off the heat. I could probably cook it in there, but the more room you have, the easier it is to do. Is that too close? You good?
No.
Okay, so it's almost halfway. I'm gonna add the garlic in. Just not too fine, chopped garlic. I said a tablespoon, it looks like more than that.
Yeah.
But I like a lot of garlic.
Me too.
That's gonna be obvious. It's gonna go with garlic. Yeah? Let's go put this back in here. I'm gonna cover it because I don't want the heat of the pasta to die. So the heat from the pasta is actually gonna cook the sauce.
It smells good already. Yummy.
All right. I better do it in here. We'll see. We'll see.
Gosh.
Getting close. I would say maybe it's about 3/4 of the way there. God, I'm so hungry. I'll bite my arm. So if you stick to the serving size, 2 ounces of pasta, which is 1/4 of this. Well, it's going to be 1/4 of all this. So like I said, all the ingredients together. One serving is only like 435 calories. If you stick to the serving size, which we are. But But yeah, it's only 430 something calories. And then we're gonna eat. Oh, hello. Charlotte is gonna make some salads.
Some
Salads.
greens.
Something
and
about
stuff.
having that Italian dressing with the greens and everything
Goes
else.
so good together.
Yeah, because it's a really rich pasta. Kind of like what's that shit that the girls like?
Chicken Alfredo.
Yeah, Alfredo. Like how rich Alfredo is, and you have a salad with your Alfredo. It just goes well together. Getting close. Wish it was closer. I can see how onions would be good in this. I gotta try that next time. I don't have any extra onions because we need them for Thanksgiving. Today is what, the 22nd?
Yes.
Thanksgiving 6 days away?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need the onions for Thanksgiving. For stuffing and baked beans.
Thanksgiving? 20. It's late this year.
And for to actually stuff the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 28th, huh?
20, something like that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. It's late this year. It's usually this like it was yesterday. Seemed like.
I'm gonna leave that there, but I'm gonna use this pan. Sorry, don't mind your feet. I'm not talking loud enough. Sorry if the audio is a little soft. We don't have our mic yet. We ordered a mic. Getting closer. This way. Keep an eye on this, babe. Wash my dishes. Okay, don't mind that, this is bacon grease. All right, so I'm gonna turn the heat off. Like I said, you're not making breakfast bacon. You see all that fat in there? So I'm gonna put this down on here, cook it off the heat. And let's turn this again. So I want that, if it's sizzling, it's too hot for the, sauce. It's gonna scramble your eggs. So first thing you're gonna do is put your cooked pasta in. Should I do it in there? Nah. And you're gonna coat the pasta with the bacon fat. You're gonna mix it up, agitate it as much as you can. Toss it around like you make your fried noodles. Noodles. So it's starting to loosen up because it's been coated with the bacon fat. This is like breakfast pasta because you got bacon, eggs, and cheese. Oh yeah, you got bacon, eggs, and cheese. I don't think I eat this for breakfast, so that's weird.
I think it's more of the dinner.
So you got a little bit of residual heat. So the sizzling is gone, right? So now it's not. You don't got to worry about being too hot. So add in. I like to put in the parsley. Fresh if you can, 2 tablespoons. If you don't have fresh, I guess you could use dried. I think we usually use dried. But fresh parsley every once in a while is actually pretty nice. Now, add this right into it. So it's still a little warm. Don't freak out. It's not gonna not cook. Like I said, the residual heat on the pan and then the heat from the pasta is actually, you see the steam? Can you see the steam on the camera?
No.
So you want to keep it moving though. You don't want it to sit because if you do let it sit, it's actually going to curdle and scramble. So I'm going to get it all together. And then now I can see that I need some pasta water to thin it out. And like I said, the starch from the pasta water is actually going to work with the, I'll try maybe half cup. You see how it's getting creamy now? I keep it moving. The heat from the pan, the heat from the actual pasta itself was still warm. Yeah, you should be able to see the heat now, yeah. So you see it's not scrambling. If you look, you can see that the sauce at the bottom, a little bit, it's creamy. I think I might add a little bit more pasta water. So just from the heat itself, you're cooking the egg, and if you look, see how creamy that is? No dairy at all. Some people put like heavy cream in theirs. I haven't tried that. I mean, how can it be bad, right? But I mean, I've tried it like this first, and it's awesome. So what's the point of changing it? I might try that because I definitely want to try the onions. Bacon overboard. Yeah, put a little bit more pasta water. So I added about ½ cup so far. I'll put it maybe another 1/8 cup. Then a little bit more. There, if you can you get close? You see how creamy and luscious that is? Oh yeah, check that out, mommy. Oh, the bacon. You see the cheese melting, getting all stringy. Oh man.
So
Okay,
excited.
let me plate this up real quick. Oh, bacon. All right, don't move. There's the bone. There's the bone. All right. So, let me move this. That's a little warm. Right in my hand. Okay, so when you're plating, I'm not going to eat all this because I'm going to eat a quarter. But take your tongs, you let the stragglers fall off. Get a nice little, try to get a nice netting. Netting? Nesting, I'm sorry. So just kind of turn it. Drop. Boom. Get some of the bacon on top. Boom. Here's your one serving. A little bit more cheese because you can. And since this is daddy serving, that's mine. I like to put some crushed red pepper. Even though I ate that spicy noodles last night, I'm gonna post that video later. Actually, before this. That video should be up before this. I know my butthole's still sore. But there you go. This is the finished bacon carbonara. You should give it a shot. As you can see, it's super simple. Simple ingredients. Nothing crazy. And I promise, I mean, if you like bacon, you like pasta, you're gonna like this. Yeah, I guess that's it. We're gonna eat. Thank you, Kathy, for the C. I hope you try it. Hope you enjoy. And yeah, until next time. Bye.